Ta-da! Allison, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, we're live. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Water Cooler. This is episode 35 on December the 9th, 2020. I'm here with Allison, and if you go ahead and read down below on our little ticker, we're about less than 20 people away on Facebook to have 600 likes. So get us to 600 before New Year's, so you can start 2021 on a good note. Um, Find us on MPL Adults on Facebook, and only 9 people away from 200 subscribers on YouTube. And I put a little emoji because I couldn't believe that. So everyone, welcome to the show. What has happened in the last week that has been interesting?
I think.
If
What
nothing
did we do
interesting,
last week?
if nothing
Oh
interesting has
yeah.
happened, it's okay.
Okay.
So welcome back, Allison. Allison, have you experienced anything interesting in the past week?
No, I feel like this. It's been a very boring December so far, which I can't complain. I think right now what everyone needs is boring.
Yes. Yeah,
We don't need
nothing
any
out of
more
the ordinary. So
ridiculousness going
does
on.
does anything look different to some of our viewers out there? I'll give the answer away. I shaved. Remember the whole McRib fiasco last week?
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did that. I pulled the trigger. I'll go ahead and delve more into that later on. But we're gonna go ahead and do our first segment. What we usually do, and it's celebrity birthdays. These people who don't know who we are, but we're gonna go ahead and celebrate their birthday anyway. So the first one is John Cassavetes. Have you heard of John Cassavetes, Allison?
Oh yeah, he directed Rosemary's Baby, right?
That's right. Yeah, Rosemary's Baby,
Oh.
Dirty Dozen, Woman, Under the Influence.
Mm.
He was a Greek American actor, film director, and screenwriter, and was born in New York City. And he passed away in 1989. So this would have been his birthday, John
Oh, I was
Cassavetes.
going. Yeah, I misread that. I thought it was like 1989. I'm like, wow, he looked a lot older than
He's my age. So
I was like, is that math correct?
sorry. I'll make it more easier to read next time. Our next celebrity. These gifts are moving really fast. But
Yeah.
we have Miss Judy Dench, British actress. I think she has a royal what is it called? A
Dame Judy
title.
Dench?
There you go. I think that's what it is. So she comes out notes on a scandal, Cats, which is where this gif is from, and Skyfall. She was really into those James Bond like 007 movies. Which
Of all the gifts you could have picked,
I know.
you had to
See
pick
that
them of
that was
all
on
the
purpose.
movies.
That was on purpose. Yeah, I chose the Cats gif. Sorry, but she looks very interesting. Very, she's moving fast like a cat. And then who else? John Malkovich. I've only seen him in Being John Malkovich, so that's the only
Oh,
little thing I included
yeah,
here.
I was never a fan of his. He was in this really bad movie of Dr. Jekyll and Hyde with
Hmm.
Julia Roberts. It's hilariously bad. Like Julia Roberts plays an Irish maid. It's you gotta see it to believe it.
Dr. Jekyll, yeah, not my kind of thing. So Grace says, "Where's the beard?" Grace, we'll get into that more at the end. Sorry, I missed these comments as they came in. Bobby says, "Nope, he didn't. Sorry." Oh, he was in Rosemary's Baby, but he did not direct. Thank you, Bobby.
Okay. Sorry, I got that mixed up.
Uh, so yeah, now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so now we're on to Simon Helberg, who comes out on Big Bang Theory.
I hope he doesn't have that haircut in real life.
No, I think that's just a prop for the show. He plays
I
like a
hope
nerdy
so.
kind of person, and they make him look nerdy. And everyone knows that that bowl haircut is for nerds. All right, and we only have one. We only have one national holiday, and it's actually one of the best holidays of the season. I didn't have any. idea about this, but today is National Pastry Day.
Oh, I
So I went
like
ahead and
doing
included
pastry.
some pictures of different pastries. We have these little the French things. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What are these
Oh, those
called?
croissants,
There you go. Thank you. Croissants, cupcakes,
macarons. Oh,
macaroons, cinnamon
no,
rolls.
those are macarons. Macarons are these coconut cookie things. They're completely
Sorry,
different.
macarons. Thank you. Uh, with cinnamon rolls,
Mm.
little muffins, and some other muffins. So yeah, National Pastry Day, just in time for the holidays, a couple weeks
Oh,
before Christmas. What is your favorite pastry, Allison?
macarons. A friend of mine tried making those. They are actually very difficult to make. Like you have to do little details, like shake the tray before putting stuff on it, so it gets not all these weird little things to make it
What?
nice and airy inside. We
Nice.
kept messing up, and we're like, let's just buy these.
Let's just buy them. Yeah, let's just Uber Eats the macarons.
They're really
Uh,
delicious, though.
so yeah, I'm more of just like a cupcake kind of person or a muffin
Those are good.
classic kind of thing.
I like to put a little bit of butter in the blueberry muffins. Mouth watering good.
Blueberry
Mouth
muffins.
watering good.
So Grace says she wants Grace. Grace is known to be the person who brings in sweets into the office, so she's definitely a sweet tooth.
And yeah, and we appreciate all that she does.
Thank you, Grace. So we got movies. Okay, so this is we're gonna start in. We're gonna start on this new story that just broke sometime last week, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something that we've been touching on in this show ever since we started. Because Bobby is a big movie buff, as y'all know. So we touched on a lot of movie stuff. Let me get this out of the way. Let me share the screen here. So we're going to talk about Warner Brothers
Mm-hmm.
has announced that they're going to release all movies in 2021 at the
Hmm.
theater as well as HBO Max.
Yeah, and I think I heard something about Christopher Nolan. He was the director of Batman Begins and all of the Dark Knight and yada yada. And he was furious about this. Apparently, Warner Brothers had a deal with him, and I guess doing this messes his stuff up. I don't know too much about it, so all you movie buffs, feel free to explain what's going on. But
So
yeah.
yeah, I actually spoke to Bobby, our now retired our movie correspondent, on Facebook Messenger throughout the week, and he said that basically Warner Brothers I think owns HBO Max, or they have the same production company. So this deal is pretty much hand in hand, and that's a big. I thought when I saw this at first, I thought it was a huge thing because this is just like
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about this before. This is kind of like the future of movies now, where
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be releasing at the theater as well as a streaming service. So whether it's Disney
Mm-hmm.
Plus or maybe Hulu or Netflix, looks like it's going to be HBO Max as well as Disney
Mm-hmm.
Plus that are going to be doing these kind of releases. But I kind of just want to show what movies they have coming up in just or in 2021. And if anything looks interesting, we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this one does not look very interesting.
That looks very
Sorry.
CGI.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Denzel Washington fanatics out there. I love Denzel Washington, but another Denzel action kind of thing. It's a
Mm.
pass for me. Sorry.
Oh, that one looks interesting.
Yeah, so this is the one I was talking about earlier about the Black Panther movement. It's got Daniel Kaluuya starts as Fred Hampton, so it talks about Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party. That was actually set to come out this summer, 2020,
Mm.
but they got pushed back, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Tom and Jerry. What do you think, Allison?
Oh, they're actually going with a cartoon. Okay, that's because when I first heard about it, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like that Garfield movie they made years back with Bill Murray. I think we all died inside, or at least the parents that year were like, oh no, our kids wants us to take them to those.
Yeah, so Bobby says he predicted this was coming. COVID just helped it along. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Unfortunately, but I've always said on this show, I've been a good supporter of bringing the movies home get your popcorn at home, order a pizza, have your can of beans ready, open it up, and just munch out and watch some movies. The one thing is, I think we're gonna have to update or upgrade the sound bar.
Mm.
And I'm speaking for myself.
Actually, actually, too, honestly, I don't think movie theaters are going to completely die out. I mean, I think people, especially for like special screenings for movies, like the Marvel movie nights and stuff, where people dress in costumes and
Like a
stuff.
quinceañera or Sweet 16, everyone, instead of going out and renting a ballroom, just go
Go to
out
the
and
movie.
rent a theater. I don't
Mortal
know. I would
Kombat.
agree. Yeah, Mortal Kombat's coming back because we all asked for it to come back.
Who? Who asked for it?
I don't know. This one sounded interesting. It's based on a neo Western novel
Mm.
about a kid who's running after some assassins. Angelina Jolie will be in the movie, so I guess that's a big name in it.
I was interested until I saw Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah, Tyler Perry is in it too. Another Conjuring movie. I don't know how many of these they're gonna make.
The eighth.
I guess
That's the eighth one. It's
is it
got,
really the eighth?
yeah, it's part of the Conjuring universe. It's also including like the Annabelle doll,
Sure.
La Llorona, I think,
Oh yeah,
or
that's right.
the
Yeah.
Nun.
Just make them all in the same universe. Why not? This one is based
Oh yeah,
on a play, on a musical
yeah,
by
by Lin
Lin Manuel.
Manuel Miranda. He's the one that did. This was actually a musical he did before he did Hamilton. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Another Space Jam movie, which we all also asked for. And this is the
Okay.
one. This is the one I thought was funny. The Suicide Squad, not to be confused with Suicide Squad. This is the Suicide Squad.
Okay. What?
Movie nights at Rudy's. As long as
Woo!
everyone has their vaccine and everyone's temperatures taken,
I'm
then
taking.
sure, why
Yeah.
not?
I'll be there ready. But okay, I am interested because it's directed by James Gunn. I'm not sure the previous movie was. I didn't really like the previous Suicide Squad movie, so that kind of interests me.
I mean, yeah, the first Suicide Squad movie was a joke. I think everyone watched it just to make fun of it. It's
It
got Idris
this
Elba,
oh
John
oh yeah,
Cena.
I guess they're rebooting it then.
I think it is like a reboot, but they're like including different characters. So like this shark person here, I
Cool.
guess is being
Um,
included. This
yeah,
person
he's
here.
a shark guy. Yeah, Shark King.
Is it Street Sharks?
He's a shark that bites people.
No, there was a show called, I don't know if anyone remembers Street Sharks.
Oh, I
It was
remember
a
that.
cartoon. This one, sci-fi drama with what's his name here?
Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman. This one I didn't even read. Another horror
Malignant.
movie, Dune, which you're a fan of.
Mmm. I have thoughts on the.
We'll spare the thoughts this time. And then this one is a prequel to The Sopranos.
Mhm.
If y'all are
Oh,
interested in that, and Will Smith coming back, yay!
yay! I was never a fan of Sopranos, to be honest with you.
Never watched it.
Yeah.
Will Smith is gonna play. It looked like it was gonna be the Serena and Venus Williams, their father.
I've seen photos of the sister's father. I love you, Will Smith.
It's
It's
Will
not look
Smith. I
like
mean,
him.
Will Smith is a dramatic actor. He can play a dramatic role. Get him in there. So this next story, we'll move along from that. But did any of those catch your eye, Allison? One of those that you said, "Man, I need to watch that."
The Messiah one about the Black Panther Party.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll give Suicide Squad a chance if it looks like it's gonna be more akin to how it is in the comics. I think those are the two that stood out to me the most.
same. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching the Suicide Squad one. The Conjuring one looks fine, I guess, if you're into scary movies. So this story, Allison, I brought along because I saw it yesterday or 2 days ago that apparently Do you know how many doppelgangers everyone has according to science?
I think didn't you tell me it was seven people?
Okay, yours. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. So according to science, every person has seven doppelgangers. So that means this little title here is wrong. So there's actually seven of you out there. So there's a website which I'll show in a bit. It helps you find your stranger doppelganger. So I'm gonna just play this video on the background.
Okay.
But so these people are all strangers. They've never met each other.
They're not related.
They're not related. They're not identical twins. These are just doppelgangers who exist out in the world. They're just out about, and they go to this website. One of them, I guess, would go to this website. You upload a photo of yourself. It scans the whole thing, and it helps you find your doppelganger. So, what? First thoughts, Allison? What do you think about this?
I kind of want to try it. I'm kind of
Do you really want to like meet your doppelganger though?
yeah. That way I can use her so I can frame her for whatever I do. God, you
Well,
gotta
I
think
mean, what are you
ahead.
gonna be? I don't know. No, I think it's kind of a weird thing. Like to me, it seems like not so much like it's just like a weird obsession. Like for
No. I think it's genetic because I've always been fascinated by genetics, and I feel like this is very interesting. And I think also it might have a way of uniting everybody. Like I think some of these people I've read about this before, like they're from different countries, but they look a lot alike or something,
oh
and
yeah,
it would be very
definitely.
interesting.
I don't know. I think for me, it feels like I like the unknown of it. I like, excuse me, the fact of there's seven others of me or six other people that look just like me. That's okay. But do I have to meet one of them? I don't
I
know.
mean,
It just feels like it's
I
too
mean,
like.
what if your doppelganger is a billionaire?
Why would I want to know that? They're more successful than me. Okay, great, good for them. I don't
Well,
know.
so you could pretend to be his twin brother, and he could give you money.
And then what? I don't know.
My long lost brother.
Are they gonna say, "Oh, this stranger who doesn't speak the same language as me"? Okay, here's $1 billion. Thank you for meeting me.
I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. I think it's just an indulgence. It's I
I
don't.
feel like it's for people who are like super like into their looks and like, oh, I want to meet this other person who looks just like me. I don't know. These are twin strangers meetups, and like it's so weird. It's just like you meet someone who looks like you.
Okay, those two girls on the far left really look like twins.
Yeah. So this website is called twinstrangers.net. And I'm so thankful it's safe for work that I brought it up here. Twinstrangers.net. If you're interested in meeting your doppelganger or paying some fee, I'm sure there's a fee to it, to
Yeah.
meet your doppelganger, which apparently everyone has six other people out there. Go to twinstrangers.net. This is not a paid advertisement. If you want to go and meet your twin doppelganger, Bobby's already signing up. Okay, Bobby. So let's move on. Okay, this is your story that you brought up just as yesterday. So let me share it, and then you can get to it because this is all you, Allison.
All right. You want me to do all the explaining?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, if anyone remembers Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 film with Keira Knightley, there's a scene. So there was a scene, and okay, this takes place in a certain. It's a historical movie, right? Takes
Yes.
place in the Edwardian period, I think. I think it's
1800s.
it was back then, basically.
Yeah.
But it's very restrained and all that. There's a scene though where like Darcy and I think her and Lizzie, he's helping her up on the carriage, and when and it's like they have this stare, and it's all restrained. They can't, men and women can't shake hands or anything like that. But when he walks away, and at this point, the female character doesn't like the male character. He's walking away, and he has a hand flex, just to show like how like much that little interaction. And
So,
here it is.
so this is the interaction you're speaking of.
Yeah.
So here comes Keira Knightley,
Mr.
and she goes.
Darcy.
So there's the point of interaction. Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah.
So apparently in the novel also it's like a big moment in the novel. Like it's the
Hmm.
first time they touch. I read
Yeah.
this article and that's what they say. It's the first time they like interact physically.
Hmm.
So this is a big moment in the story. So let me
Hmm.
rewind it a little bit. So he's helping her into the carriage.
Yeah.
So why is this back in the news after 15 years?
No, no, wait, you're missing the hand flex. Let's
There
see.
it is. So it was that hand flex at the end.
So apparently that, when this was first watched, like me, my mom and my sisters, we were like, ah. Well, apparently, like some years later, I guess some people found it on TikTok and started making, remarking on that and like, yeah,
So
there's
TikTok is the whole thing.
yeah, like how apparently that scene really hit a lot of women. Were like, oh my god, yes.
So TikTok brought it back after 15 years and it's like blowing it up right now, right?
Yeah.
Here she goes. Okay, let me see this one here.
Oh
15
yeah.
years later, on the 15th anniversary of this Pride and Prejudice movie, there it is, and then she gets crazy in a little bit. There. So, so, so this whole Pride and Prejudice thing after 15 years. So why do you think TikTok is so like, I don't know, they catch on to something and they just blow it up, right?
It's very interesting because I think it's kind of like a time capsule in a lot of ways. TikTok, it like says, "Hey, remember this? 2005 internet was different from 2020 internet."
True.
Uh, And and I think it's just to empathize with each other. Like, oh my god, who else like went crazy when this moment happened?
Oh, and
And
now that they have TikTok, they're able to express it in a
yeah, and
kind of like a way that they have like the little caption and they freak
and,
out and
and
they shake the camera.
and it's very interesting to me too. Like like how like I think they interviewed the editor of that article too. And he was like, and he doesn't have much of an internet life, but I
Right.
think his kids do, and they were showing him all this. He's like, what?
He's like,
Like
you edit this part, you edited this, and now kids are freaking out over it. All these
and it also
TikTok.
shows why period dramas are super appealing, especially like why Jane Austen romances still last so long, like the impact it is has on pop culture even after all these centuries.
True. So have you read the novel Pride and Prejudice?
Oh, I read it in high school. I kind of want to reread it again because I'm sure I missed a lot of things the first time. But yeah, I think Jane Austen's the perfect time to read around December.
Yeah, and now that a lot of people are at home quarantining or just have some time off, because I think it's like this thick, right? Pride and Prejudice is huge.
It's not too. It's not that huge. I think it's and even if you're not into romance like I am, I mean it's still like a very witty book. Like Jane Austen was very she was the queen of snark in her day and age. And I mean, and feel free anyone to share your own favorite books or media that depict a certain period. I always think it's interesting to see what other people get from it.
Nice. Okay, so we're not gonna talk about the Crush for Time article, Allison.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna move on to what the people are here for.
Oh no.
So
This is
yes,
punishment for the Handflex article.
last week I put a call to arms out to everyone watching, and I said, who would want me to shave my beard because of this hashtag that McDonald's had? Okay, long story short, I uploaded my clean shaven picture, my selfie, to social media, and McDonald's has yet to reach out with the free promo code. So,
So basically, you put your beard out for people to vote, not expecting people to vote clean shaven. Everyone
yes,
voted, and
yes.
then you're not getting the prize.
And I ended up not getting the promo code. So I think this was actually it's a learning point, right? It's it's a point to learn. So that I guess that promotion only lasted until the second, which was last week, and I guess 10,000 people were ahead of me, and they all got the promo codes, and I did not. Thank you, Grace. So I did not get a free. I did not get a free Uber Eats code.
Don't give him
Thank you.
sympathy. He
Yes,
put this
thank
on
you.
himself.
I did not put it on my Twitter. I made okay. This is also another thing. I made a second Instagram account to upload it. I
That's
uploaded it.
cheating.
I did everything right. I did the hashtag. I added McDonald's, and I waited a couple days. I waited the weekend. I waited Monday, Tuesday. It never happened. So I took matters into my own hands. I went out yesterday after. Okay, yes, Hector. I did take your advice. I went out and I got my own McRib, and I went yesterday afternoon after work straight to McDonald's, the Mecca, and I got me a McRib. I was able to record a little snippet of it. I didn't talk during the snippet, but I wanted y'all just to kind of see what my experience was. So I'm gonna go ahead and show my my McRib adventure. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna just do this kind of thing. So here goes. Yes, Grace, we're getting to that. We're getting to it. Here goes. Go ahead and play this. Where's the play button? Why is this? There you go. So there's a McRib. Sorry, I'm just gonna bring it back. I know it's only a second into the video, but just keep in mind you see the little smudge of barbecue sauce there on the B. That's when you know it's a good McRib. That's when you know it's really really saucy. Okay, I'm gonna let it run now. So first thoughts, it was very saucy. I mean, look at the sauce. Lots of toppings, a lot of pickles actually. So first things, I mean, just looking at it, Allison, what do you think? Are you triggered?
Gross.
No, don't. It's not gross. I mean, this is a lot of people around here. Maybe you haven't had the McRib and you think this is gross. Maybe it's like a mystery meat kind of looking thing, but it wasn't horrible. I'm gonna keep it running. And it's just a super simple. I couldn't get a good angle on this actually. I got a new tripod, so I'm still experimenting. And just to piece the resistance, spicy ketchup only. So out of 10, I gave it a 7, which I think was actually pretty good. So Bobby says looks disgusting.
Thank you, Bobby.
I gave it a 7 out of 10 only because it was too saucy. They also didn't include any napkins, which I thought was a bad thing. What else? A lot of toppings, too many pickles, I think. But overall quality, it was better than a 5, better than a 6, not as good as an 8. So I gave it a 7. Grace thinks it was a 10. By looks alone, I guess it is a 10, but overall taste, too saucy, too much toppings, 7 for me. What do you think, Allison?
I rated I'm Dead on the Inside out of 10.
Dead on the inside out of 10. Nicole thinks my editing skills
Stop
were on par.
encouraging him.
I kind of just want to play it through just so everyone can enjoy it. I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to share it again. This is kind of just like a parting shot for everyone to watch
Sounds good.
with no interruptions. Here we go. Just enjoy it. So Bobby says replace the sauce with spicy sauce and jalapenos instead of pickles and a tortilla. Okay, so you want just like a taco. Go to Stripes for a taco. So that was my experience with the McRib. Thank you to McDonald's for not sending me the Uber Eats code. And please support this stream. Send us some ad money because this is a free ad basically.
Like, what? Do you want them to sponsor us?
Why not? I mean, open your purse, right? Open the purse. Allison, any parting words for the people? We've been on for about half an
I
hour.
still think the grapes are disgusting, but you do you.
Thank you.
This makes me want to go vegan.
There was nothing wrong with the. This is the last thing I'll say. There was nothing wrong with the meat. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Too much sauce, too much toppings. Fries are good.
Wait, I feel like that's what I said last week, that there was too much sauce.
Yeah, no, you were spot on. Oh, and I will say that this was my first McRib, um, in a very long time, at least over 10 years, and it did taste a little different than I remember, um, but maybe my taste buds have evolved.
I know, maybe we should try the KFC original recipe.
There you go. That's what you have for next week's content.
And please be our sponsor, KFC.
Well, that's it for this week's water cooler. I'm signing off. I will be here next week. Allison, I think you won't be here next week.
I'll be gone.
So I'll have to find either A, someone to hop on here with me, or B, enough content to fill half an hour by myself. But thank you, Allison, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for your comments. Have a good rest of your day.